name's Mike Peters. This is my beautiful wife, Chris. We are currently with the Great American BBQ Tour, representing KCBS throughout the country. We started in barbecue back, I guess, in 2002 at our home event in Springfield, Missouri. We ourselves, a female friend of ours, started the team. We got a free entry at a barbecue contest, so we were going to take advantage of it. So it was 2 gals and myself. I suggested, because we cook chicken, pork, and beef, that our team name be called a chick, a sow, and a stud. Made sense. 2 women, 1 guy, a chick, a sow, and a stud. Well, the ladies came up and said, hey, we don't have a stud on the team, so we can't be called that. And of course I replied back, well, we don't have any chicks on the team either. So our team name was here Piggy Piggy Barbecue.
No, 2 sows and a boar.
How about our team name was 2 sows and a boar? You can cut that out, can't you? When we started, it was 2 sows and a boar. That way everybody was unhappy. Well, since then, the one sow, she must have been the chick because she's flown the coop, and Pete is here Piggy Piggy Barbecue. We started the barbecue tour 5 years ago. We got I was replying back to an email from the Barbecue Society. They were looking for somebody to run the barbecue team for the next year. Arnie and Linda Poland had started the tour, and so they were looking for somebody for possibly a second tour the following year. Well, we were looking at making some changes in our life. I was a banker. My bank was robbed twice in 8 days, right about that time. Chris was in furniture sales, was looking at a promotion to move, so we thought it would be a great time to look at something. And I was the first one to answer. I always joke, so they called us back. We flew out to Nashville, met the marketing company, and it was about that time they said, well, we need you in 2 weeks because Ernie and Linda decided that retirement was easier than the barbecue tour. So from that, we met them in St. Louis. That was our very first stop.
It was their 5th
and it was their 5th and our first, and from there we've been on the road ever since. We traveled across the country from March through now November. So it's been a great time. We love our friends that we've met with KCBS and our barbecue buddies here and everywhere. What have we learned on the tour?
It's a lot of work.
It's a lot of work. You know, this is a new trailer. The last trailer, a 30-foot bumper pull. This one's a 40-foot gooseneck, so we have a little more room. My stage drops down with a push of a button, so it saved my back. Working smarter, not harder, I think has been the easiest thing that we've learned from the tour. Learning your escape route when you pull into places. How you're going to get out is just as important as how you're going to pull into a spot, because sure enough, you get set and then somebody pulls up in front, and you got to have a way out when the getting's good.
We've also learned to travel with the next exit book. That way we know where our pit stops are going to be, so we can fuel up.
We've learned suitcase management.
Yes.
We carry a big suitcase with all of our clothes, and then for like this one, we're here for 3 nights. We packed a little suitcase with 3 days worth of clothes, enough to do laundry at the hotel on Sunday night to head out again on Sunday. So you learn time management, you learn suitcase management, a little bit of everything.
We've learned to pack many pairs of shoes because your feet get hurting.
I think we each have probably 4 pairs of shoes in the truck or trailer, so you learn that stuff too. It's great that this is a grass footing instead of asphalt. We have mats and pads and cardboard or carpet or something to help cushion your feet. Yeah, we'd loved it. That's the favorite thing. Our job is promoting barbecue. We're lifetime members of KCBS. We love the company as far as the organization. We love the friendships that have come out of it. You know, that's when people come up and say, you know, hey, I want to learn competition barbecue. It's like you have no clue what you're getting into, because you will now opening yourself to thousands and thousands of people that love the same thing that you love. And I tell everybody, I'll share all my tips and tricks. I just won't share my recipes.
Well, we did share some recipes. This has opened doors for us too. Redwood Creek Wine was a sponsor for a couple of years. We've partnered with them, Mike and I ourselves, and we've submitted recipes on their line for them. My barbecue sauce recipe, we got a Cajun creamy Alfredo recipe on there. We got many different recipes on there.
Yeah, it's definitely opened some other doors for us to partner with Redwood Creek Wine to help spread our love of barbecue, and it pairs nicely with wine. And if we just get a beer sponsor on the side of the trailer, I think our life would be set.
Frederick,
So.
Maryland, Swinetastic. Hi, this is Scotty Johnson from CancerSuckChicago.com. We're in Frederick, Maryland today at the Swinetastic barbecue competition. My barbecue team, CancerSuckChicago.com, was started in 2005 as the first year we started competing. Why we started with the name, my wife passed away in 2003 at the age of 39 years old from colon cancer. She left myself, my two daughters, Zoe, who was age 5 at the time, and Lexi, who was just about 2 years old, a little under 2 years old. We took a few years off. I was doing a backyard kind of thing, cooking every day as much as we could, and decided to start cooking when the girls got a little bit bigger, and that was 2005. Came out, did a couple contests. The girls liked it. We had fun at the contest. We liked the whole family atmosphere. And in 2006, we decided to step up and do about 10 contests or so. We were fortunate enough to win our first grand championship in Grand Rapids, Michigan, which put we had a bung in the draw for the Jack. Fortunate enough to get our draw for the Jack in 2006. So we were going. My dad, in the meantime, was diagnosed with a really rare cancer. Wasn't sure if I was going to be able to make the Jack because of his illness, and just wanting to be home with my mom and with him. And he asked me if I could go and to follow my dreams. And as it turns out, my dad passed away that Friday on our way to the Cooks meeting at 2 o'clock down in Lynchburg, Tennessee. We decided to stay. My sister went home and to take care of arrangements with my mom, myself, my girls, a couple of friends of mine. We all stayed down in Lynchburg, cooked, and everything aligned. CancerSuck Chicago was the world champion of the 2006 Jack Daniels. What we do, well, we try and use that fame and fortune, which wasn't very much from winning the Jack Daniels, but whatever we can do, we try and go back and raise money for cancer research through the 501c3 foundation that we had started in my wife's memory. To date, we have donated a little over $250,000 for cancer research. We started that foundation in 2004, so we keep chipping away, and it's slowly but surely adding up. Huge following in the barbecue world. We have teams from donating percentages of their winnings to teams doing raffles. There's a team out in Sweet Peppers out in Albuquerque, New Mexico, that are doing a raffle every year for a tricked out smoker with barbecue gurus and everything on it. And they've slowly but surely raised it. The first year they raised about $1,700. This year, their 4th year that they're doing it, they're hoping to raise $10,000. All donating it back to the foundation. So I mean, honestly, it's a humbling experience to be able to have this, where teams are following what we do and try and create this whole barbecue community with dealing with cancer. There's not too many teams and people, for that matter, that haven't had to deal with cancer, and if they haven't, unfortunately, it's probably going to be hitting just about everyone where it affects you. So that's all we're trying to do. This is actually, Maryland is our 34th state that we have competed in. Slowly but surely we're going to hit number 50, so hopefully number 50 will be Alaska or Hawaii. I'll probably take Hawaii, actually, but so that's it. We drove out here a little under 11 hours. Got some crabs that we're going to be eating because it's good crab season right now. And 70 teams. And the weather's absolutely stunning. So, here we are. Hopefully everyone enjoyed my story on BBQTV. And we'll be seeing you out there at some contest. So, thank you.
5. Hi, I'm Eric Fraze with 3 Eyes BBQ. I'm here with Dan, the pit master, and Chris Hall, assistant pit master, newest member of the team. We've been these guys for about 7 months now, and we've been traveling around the country. We started out in Florida in January, kicking off the season and starting to get into a rhythm. This season we're doing pretty well. We've been lucky to win 2 grand championships so far and 3 grands. It's kind of an ever-evolving thing. Each week something changes and you try to improve upon it. This week we're here in Frederick, Maryland, and it's a beautiful sunny morning, and the cook's going well. But this isn't everything that we do. In the middle of the week, I do solid waste engineering on the Eastern Shore of Maryland. Dan's an environmental consultant. Chris is a paid terrorist for the United States of America. So we have quite a diverse background, but our true passion is barbecuing. We do this week in and week out, and we're about halfway through our season now of 26 competitions for the year. So we're hoping to put a few more in the books and make it to one of the big competitions this year, and that's about it.
Hey, my name's Joe Hamill, and this is Fat Daddy Joe's Barbecue. It's my 4th year on the circuit, and really a homegrown Maryland team, just looking to have a good time and meet some new friends along the way. So always surprised at where barbecue takes folks and how it brings them together. You can go anywhere in the world. Doesn't matter if you're out in the deserts of the Middle East or over in Northeast Asia. Barbecue brings folks together, and we kind of proved that down in Unadilla, Georgia, on the Jack's Old South compound. So it's always amazing to me, and just a fantastic venue. Really look forward to kind of meeting the teams out here this weekend, and we'll see how it turns out.
No, it's okay. I also don't think we're going to be able to just stack one on top. That's the smallest one. Yeah, I'm thinking though that we're better going 7 all the way around rather than one on top. Because I don't even know that this will close. I don't think that one. Chicken is not cooperating with me.
It's okay. Did you get the grab that?
I liked entry number 2. I really enjoyed the flavor profile. I especially liked the sort of had an orange citrusy flavor. The tenderness of it was really, really good. It wasn't dry at all, very moist. My least favorite was number 3. I felt it was a little bit dry, and it felt like the hot sauce on it dominated a little bit. It didn't seem like it was quite the complexity and the flavor profile of some of the ones that I enjoy a little more.
My favorite was number 2. I also like the citrusy, sweet. It was very tender, and
I liked number 1 also. I thought it was good. I think it's boneless, and I like that too. It was very flavorful. Number 3 was my least favorite. It looked different in the box, and it wasn't bad. It was just different. Number 4 I liked a lot, and it had a good bite to it, but number 2 was my favorite.
My favorite was 2. It seemed like they used a little bit of honey in the sauce and really kind of complemented the chicken extremely well. My piece was a little bit dry. It wasn't, actually the first 3 I had were a little bit dry. Number 4 was actually my least favorite, but it was the most tender. I think there was an over-reliance on pepper, and the taste itself just didn't really get me excited.
My favorite was number 2. It was tender. It had, you could taste smoke. It just, across the board, it was the best. My least favorite was number 4, and I tasted lighter fluid.
Number 1 and 2 were about even for me. I like number 2 best, probably. I was excited about number 3 because of breasts, which we don't usually get, but I was disappointed in both the taste, tenderness of it.
Nice. I like this one. There you have it, smoking room box. We got some over here.
I found the first one to be a little bland in taste. Box was okay. The second one, good taste and tenderness for me. The third one had a real nice presentation, nice box, good taste and tenderness. And for me, the fourth one with a great looking box, I like the sweet profile and great tenderness. It was my overall favorite.
I also thought rib number rib number 1 was not very tasty. Number 2 was a little overdone, but had a nice flavor. Number 3 was a little overdone. Number 4 was also my favorite. It might be a little bit underdone.
I guess one thing I enjoyed about the first one was that they did baby backs, which is always kind of tough to do, and they did a reasonable job on it. I think it could have been cooked a little bit longer and had a little more flavor, whereas number 2 and number 3, number 2 looked rather dry in the box, but wasn't too terribly dry, but did pretty much slide right off the bone, as well as number 3 did. Number 3's flavor was pretty good. Number 4 seemed to have the texture almost perfect. The saucing, the tenderness, everything about it, including a beautiful box. I too like number 4.
My number 1 was fairly dry. It had a nice flavor and it was fairly tender, but it was really dry. Number 2 was a little moist, but it was very tough. It had a nice flavor, a different kind of a flavor. Number 3 didn't have much of a taste at all. It was very tender, maybe a little mushy even, but didn't really have any flavor. Number 4 had a very good flavor, a little back end heat. It was very tender, a little resistant to coming off the bone. It was a very good rib. It was the best one of the 4.
Okay, out of this group of ribs, I enjoyed number 3 the most. I liked that it was very meaty. The seasonings were very balanced. The only thing was the texture could have been a little bit better. My least favorite was the last one, number 4. Once again, I think the texture was just off a bit. It was somewhat dry. And I think overall this was a relatively average batch of ribs.
I think this lends itself to a parsley box.
Yeah.
It's too late now.
Too late now. You can break that up. You want to do that?
Yep.
I'll leave you a slice to taste.
I don't have a dog. You don't want to overdo it, right?
Different varieties of the just had juice. Folks, make sure you get a free potato salad sample under the tent. The Reaper's potato salad. Also have coupons for recipes and product samples over there. 2:30, folks, between our grilling demonstration, you have BBQ.
That's one full box of pork.
Well,
all right.
Which ones you like?
All those are just handy. These money muscle chunks. Good.
I can't do blueberry cobble like I can. I can't locate smoke. I can't do ribs like that on my grill. So
That's a good one.
low and slow for all the grilling. By 2:30 you can be done with all those options. Think about ribs, think about pulled pork. Those got pretty good stuff.
There's a little thread on top of that one.
Where's your camera? Oh, you got plenty of time. Waiter.
It was well done. Both the money mussel and the pulled pork was delicious. My least favorite was number 4. Basically, it was so dry that it was very difficult to even take a second bite, and unfortunately, it was also flavorless.
I enjoyed the first one also. I thought it was very flavorful. The one that I liked the least of all was the third one. It seemed to have a vinegar aftertaste to it.
The one that I liked the best was actually number 3. Had a nice smoke flavor to it. It was very tender. The one I liked the least was number 4, again dry and flavorless.
The one I liked the best was number 1 because it was nice and moist and wasn't overcooked. And the least was number 4.
My favorite was number 2. It was moist without being overdone. Had good layers of flavor. My least favorite was number 4, which was not much taste and pretty dry.
My favorite was number 1 also. It was very moist, very flavorful. I liked number 3 for the smokiness of the meat, and I agree with the other judges as far as number 4. Did not look very appetizing for the appearance score. It looked dry and stringy. My particular sample was not dry. It was juicy, but overall that was my least favorite.
Pork loin. Marinated in just ladies, you hungry? You're not to wear white tomorrow.
God, I'm so tired of hearing that today. I told you not to wear white to the barbecue.
I got 3 potato salad samples right over here under the tent for you all.
I've got a spot for that.
You're welcome. Make sure you stop and get your potato salad samples and grill up the rest of it.
Okay.
Where's the big spatula?
It was around there. There's a big spatula over there, Don. That white handle.
Long time. What are you doing at 2:30 today, huh? I'll cook for you today.
Okay, coming over. Okay, just put them right into it. Okay, how many we got? 2, 4, 6, 8. Give me 2 more.
All I got is one on the front that's kind of crappy looking. Those are those go in the back.
Those go where?
These are from the back.
From the back?
Let me see if I can get it out.
We'll put some more stuff in the front. Don't break that top piece. Okay, just hold it forward while I get these two in the back. Okay, put it in. I think that's his stepdaughter. All right. Todd. Turn around.
There he is. Go see him. See you, buddy. Here.
No.
You get him that way?
Yeah. To go down the side.
Just in case. Got a bag of it. I learned already. Show you how we prep them, what we've done to put them. Answer any questions that you got, we can give you a recipe.
Did a good job on cutting these pretty uniform size.
Very good looking. 22.
That's good right there.
End it right there and then just dress this a little bit.
Just dress that.
We'll get a line down here too.
Yep.
My favorite was number 3. Tasted great. Texture was great. It was the best. My worst one was number 4. It was dry. And I just didn't care for it.
My favorite was number 1, even though I didn't think the texture was as even and smooth as number 2. I thought the flavor more than compensated. And my least favorite was number 4. It was so tough it was even difficult to bite through.
My favorite was number 3. I thought it had a good taste and it was very tender. My least favorite was number 4. I didn't care for the taste and the tenderness just wasn't there.
My favorite was number 2. I thought it made a very good appearance and it had an excellent tenderness and a very good taste to it. My least favorite was probably number 1. It had very much an artificial beef broth flavor to it.
My favorite was number 3, though I really did enjoy number 2 also. I was disappointed that it did not include the burnt ends. The burnt ends with number 3 was just outstanding. Number 4 was, as everyone else has said, it was dry, and I felt it was very tough and very salty.
Well, usually judges will coalesce in their ratings around a really good piece or a really bad piece, and we've done that here. I also like number 3. My burnt end was a little on the dry side, but it's hard to get consistency of the burnt ends. But I thought it did have a nice flavor to it. Number 4, I think the problem there with the tenderness, which was the dryness that we've noted previously, was that the pieces were very, very thin. And they were clearly overcooked. And so both the slab of brisket as well as the burnt end were very overcooked, and I think that's why you found that the least favorite of the